So Everton 0, Arsenal 1. We've got our first victory at Goodison Park since 2017 when I was there. Arsene Wenger was manager. Wayne Rooney on his return back to Everton scored against us. Mesut Ozil scored for us. He actually went to the Northwest. He didn't have a bad back that day. He didn't have a nosebleed either. And it's been a long, hard struggle at Goodison, but we got over the line. You know how this works, people. If you don't like the ratings, cry. We don't care. Leave yours in the comments. And Jez, give us a little breakdown for anyone who ain't seen the fan cams, mate.
Yeah, it was a struggle, mate. I just think at times we were a little bit sluggish. But going to Goodison Park, I said it on my fan cam, it's never an easy place to go and play. I've never really seen Arsenal ramp it up at Goodison Park, to be fair. And it's a great ground. I love Goodison Park, and I'll be sad when it's gone, to be honest, because it's a real quirky little place. You know, you could see how today on the television, you could see how close the fans are to that pitch, where the stewards were lying on the sloping grass. You know, where the Arsenal away fans were. It's a great place and great fans at Everton as well. And I'll be very sad. I'm going to say this. I'll be sad if they get relegated. I would, because I think they're a great club and they deserve better. But we knew what was going to happen. We knew Sean Dyche was going to park the bus. We knew he was going to go on the counter, and we knew he was going to bully our midfield. You know, that's his game. And a couple of players there today, Lee, Kenny, were a little bit questionable from Arsenal. And I said it on my fan cam that, we've got a couple of problems there. A couple of problems.
Yeah, listen, make sure you sub to Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More. The link will be there, people. Kenny, give us your little breakdown, mate.
Well, it's very comfortable. As Jez says, it's going to be sad about Everton, but it's been a work in progress. They've just the standards have gone down for years. I think since since probably they sacked Koeman, they've just gone downhill. You know, they shouldn't have kept Angelotti. As soon as he went, that was it, as far as I'm concerned. In terms of Arsenal, we've solved a couple of problems, but we still got a couple, as Jez says, in terms of like certain players need to come to the party. And I mean that with literally rather than with a pun, but the play ratings will tell us the full story.
Yeah, let's get straight into it. Like we said, don't like the ratings, cry. We'll be back Wednesday. In fact, Kenny won't. He'll be at the game. But Champions League on Wednesday, Tottenham on the weekend. You got a good week coming up, mate. Very good week coming up. And it's always nice to play that lot, especially when they're on their high horse. But it is what it is. But listen, let's start with the goalkeeper. David Raya, Jez. Arsenal debut. Could have had a cigar and a deck chair out. Didn't really have a great deal to do. When he did, I thought he did pretty well. But what did you make of him?
Yeah, funny enough, I predicted in my show I did last night, my starting lineup, and I put Raya in there. Maybe Arteta watched me. Maybe he thought.
Well, we know they watch us, Jez.
Yeah, well, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I thought he was decent. I'll give him a 7. He looked comfortable. I actually think his ball distribution is superb. He can certainly kick a bloody goal kick, a drop kick, that's for sure, out of his box. My God, can he kick one? And the only thing I concerned, not with him, but was the fact in the second half, when we'd scored our goal, this tippy-tapping around the back. Basically, we just decided the Arteta tactic, shut things down and ponce about. No. Go for the throat, kill the game. Yeah. I don't like that nonsense against a better team. No disrespect to Everton, but against a bigger team, that would have cost us. And we nearly got cost us by stupidness in the defence. Gabriel, Bozo Jean was back today, sadly. And 7 for me, for Raya. There you go.
There we go. Let's move on to the defence. Benjamin White playing in his favoured for me position. I think he looks more comfortable at right back. I thought he put some lovely balls into the box today. Steady at the back. What did you make of him?
I was very pleased with Benjamin White. I'm going to give Benjamin White a 7 because I thought, as you said, he had a good link-up play with Saka. And, he also had a good link-up play in the first half with Odegaard. And he was very, very solid down that left-hand side throughout the game. So that's a 7 for me for Benjamin White.
All day.
Let's move to the opposite side. Your favourite player, Jez. Now Xhaka's left. Alexander Zinchenko.
Yeah, I knew he'd start. I actually, I'd rather Kiwior start personally. I do not like this inverted nonsense. There is times again today, Lee, Kenny, where he just disappears into the midfield and we're exposed. And I'm sorry, you can't do that against the bigger teams. But yeah, he did a job. He did some great passes he made from that midfield. I'm not going to knock him for that at all. Fair play to the fella. He got in the mix and he put a shift in. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I thought he was all right. Yeah, the ball he put over for Vieira. I don't know why Vieira trying to square it, but there we go. Let's move to our centre backs, Kenny. Gabriel Magalhaes back in the team.
I knew he was going to give me that
in a row. Yeah, I won't give you Saliba. You know that.
I think with Gabriel, there was a few bits of silliness I don't like, trying to win free, trying to feign injury. When he was hardly ever touched, but then Saliba did that as well. It was like an easy game for him in terms of Everton didn't pose too much, in terms of like an attacking threat. They didn't get enough balls in the box. In terms of set pieces, they weren't the greatest, and I thought it was an easy game for him. I'm going to give him a 6 because it was easy. He's got a bigger test to come next week.
Yeah, mate, comfortable. Saliba, Jez.
Yeah, I thought he's class today. I love this guy. He's top levels, and since we had him back last season, he just gets better and better in my book. And 7 for me.
Let's go into midfield. Kenny, Fabio Vieira, a player that started today over Kai Havertz.
Deservedly so, and he earned his Spurs. I'll say that tongue in cheek because that's a swear word. In my part, but he really did earn his start, and he was productive, and the pace of our play, especially in the attacking sense, went up by 5 levels with him in the team, and I was very pleased with what he'd done. I'm going to give him a 7 as well because you know what, second season he's beginning to understand, and he's unlucky not to get starts, so it's up to him now where he wants to go with his career.
100%. Yeah, I thought he was quality. Yeah, missed a couple of opportunities, but he was there. He put some nice balls in the box, and he was getting stuck in. He weren't just being a weakling like last season. So yeah, big up to him, man. Jez, your second favourite player, face planted the floor of the Goodison turf after getting absolutely sent back to Gibraltar. Gave the ball away a few times. Always tries. We know he always tries. Weren't his greatest game. Had a couple of shots here and there, but what did you make of Odegaard today? Captain, leader, goosebumps.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's just too in and out of the game. He started well, faded out, came back in, faded out. That is not the levels of a top-class midfielder for Arsenal Football Club. And this is one of my concerns, that when we get into the Champions League, seriously, I don't think this guy is the man. I really don't. I just don't think he's got the embodiment to do it. I don't think his leadership is good enough. But he did a job, and I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, I kind of agree. He was in and out today. First half, he was shocking, in my opinion. But anyway, let's go to Kenny. Declan Rice, he's taken to Arsenal, like I said to Jez and to Matty. He's taken to Arsenal. And do you know what? I know this is mad praise, yeah, and I don't want to get gassed and overhype him. He has taken to Arsenal and took it on board, and he wears that shirt with pride. It's almost Adams-esque. He goes out there and he's like, "Yeah, I deserve to wear this shirt. I'm proud to wear the badge." And he's been our best player this season so far in the 5 games. What did you make of him today? I don't think he was amazing, but I thought he did everything that he should have done today.
That's Declan for you. Declan's always that. Declan, whoever he plays for, whether it's England, the Republic of Ireland, West Ham, and us, he immerses himself into whoever he plays for, and he's had some big easy fixtures in terms of like not big teams. Man United used to be a big team, but for some reason they're a kamikaze. But that was a test last week. He passed that with flying colours. Today, I'm going to give him a 7. He could have lit up and had a cigar. But let's be honest now. The magic starts now. Champions League, Spurs. Then maybe then we're going to get into City as well. That's the games where his £105 million is going to be we're going to have its money well spent. That's what we bought him for.
100%, totally agree with you, man. Yeah, he's a top player. I love the way you dropped that Republic of Ireland on you. Anyway, let's move on before we rattle everyone. Let's go to Gabriel Martinelli. Scored a great goal. Ended up being offside. The camera angle on the VAR was mad. Yeah. Listen, maybe it was offside. I don't know. I can't say conclusively. Maybe you can, Jez. Maybe you've seen different angles. But I don't think he was in the game, really. No. Like, he was getting the ball quite a lot, but he was just running out of play, running down blind alleyways. He then scores a great goal. And we're thinking, ruled off. Next thing, hamstring.
Yeah, this is my concern, Lee. I don't think he's been brilliant this season, to be fair to you. And now, yeah, I think the offside was given stupidly. I don't get this offside bullshit where it was Eddie Nketiah's back heel was off and he's got his back to goal. So what influence is he having on that move? I don't understand this at all. I think it's stupidity. But yeah, we've lost him now, probably for what, a month, 6 weeks, possibly. He hasn't been great this season, but he always does try and put a shift in. I'm not going to be harsh on him. I'll give him a 5 because he really wasn't his fault. He scored a goal. He then got injured. And yeah, I just hope he returns very quickly because we're going to need him. We are going to need that guy. Simple as that. 5 for me.
Yep. Kenny, you know what's coming.
Yes. Well, this is a conundrum, but this is a podcast, and we ain't got time for that because we all got to have our Sunday meal or let our Sunday meal.
Half time in the Kieran FC derby against me.
I will say Bukayo Saka, disappointing again today. He's been average this season, and this is a season where he needs to pull his socks up. He's played the most appearances out of everyone in that first team. He's the most experienced player. Don't talk about his age because age is to do with buying a house, getting married, or like I said, living with someone, or even having kids. In football terms, he's old enough, so he needs to be better. So I'm going to give him a 5 today.
Yeah, I agree. I think as soon as he got clattered by that left back, that kind of ended his game. I know people are crying in the comments, oh, he got an assist. Yeah, let's just be real. Yeah, the guy looks shot to pieces. Yeah, maybe I'm reading too much into his facial expressions, but he ain't 100%. Jez, your favourite striker in the Premier League? Your defence is in trouble. Eddie's in the room.
Yeah, absolute class shit, to be honest. Rubbish. Guy's not good enough. I've been saying it for way too long. He was there today in the 18-yard box, right? Balls are coming in, and he's just stood there. He stood there. And he's not the fox in the box that I hoped he was going to be. He just stands there. He's not a poacher, right? So that guy is going to starve because at the end of the day, if you can't poach a goal, then you ain't good enough when you're in the 18-yard box. I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but, I think he was sussed out at Leeds United. He couldn't get in that team. So why the hell have we got him in our team? No. 100 bags, 100,000 a week? No. Not the levels, man. And he ain't going to do jack shit for us in the Champions League. I've seen people say, oh, yeah, but he'll be in the Champions League. No. Not good enough. And I'm sorry, Eddie, you got a 4.
Yeah, at this point, it goes past blaming him. The manager keeps picking him. Let's go to the substitutes. Let's go Trossard, Kenny. He came on. He was the first sub. Martinelli injury.
Man of the match. Man of the match.
I love this guy, man.
Man of the match.
It was a great mad goal for Belgium the other day. It was like watching Leo Messi, and then he pings it with his right foot. Today, he scores a banger with his left foot. Bro, this guy is our best player. Yeah, and people will always go off on me, but I think he's our best player. But God, it's your rating.
For me, man of the match, like I said, he's the one who kept on probing, kept on trying to create some chances, scored a fantastic goal. I'm going to give him an 8 today.
Yeah, let's go. Go on, mate. Go on.
No, you can't write a book on it. It's an 8 performance.
Let's go to the next sub. Let's go, Jesus. Jez.
Yeah, came on. It didn't do a lot, did he? Really? To be fair, a lot of running around. I don't know if he's not fully fit just yet after his injury, but yeah, I wasn't overly flattered by him, to be honest. And I just don't get this falling over all the time. You know, come on, man, stand up, get on with it, get in the mix. Yeah, 6.
Kenny, Tomiyasu.
Like I said, he's one of those people who dots the I's, crosses the T's. We knew Everton were going to put the balls in. He was there to do his job, did it adequately. 5 for me because he didn't have enough. He didn't really have a full game, but 5 for what he done. A high 5. Pardon the pun.
Jez, your favourite ex-false 9, ex-right winger, ex-second striker, current midfielder. If you can't see what his PADJ possession recoveries are, or his OOP stats are in comparison to Granit Xhaka, then you don't understand football to a high level. Kai Havertz.
Absolute rubbish. Rubbish. Look, I sat here. I sat here and I'm going through these ratings when you were finishing off your watch along, and I'm thinking, how can I score this guy? I don't see what he does. I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry, but it's a 3. He's crap. That player not there. That's it.
You know how this works, people. If you don't like the ratings, cry. Yeah, Kai Havertz is crap. We're going to rate the manager. We're going to do a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and then we're all going to throw our rating out for the manager, and then we're leaving. 3, 2, 1.
7.
Fair play.
I've gone 7 because of the fact is that he showed a bit of balls today, and he made the right team selections. You know, I hope it isn't a situation where he's trying to rest. He's trying to rotate Ramsdale and trying to keep everyone happy. He's got to make a decision now. If he doesn't make a decision who is number 1, whoever it is, it's going to cost us big time in terms of winning trophies and challenge the title. So he's made a decision there. Dropping Havertz was an open goal, and I'm glad he took it. So that's why I've given him a 7. And his substitutions weren't too bad. They were cost effective towards the match.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah, I gave him a 6 just based on the fact that, yeah, cool, he put Raya in, he dropped Havertz, but the reason we won the game was because of an injury.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I did it. He won the game because of an injury, because Trossard wouldn't have got a game otherwise. But, yeah, listen, big up to everyone who's tuned in. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Instagram. Arsenal history and more. Jez, make sure you follow Jez. Jez, what do you have coming up, my friend?
Well, what was it, 5 p.m. tomorrow on with you and Kenny Ken on the weekly podcast. Then on 7 o'clock tomorrow night, I'm doing a match review of today's game. And then, of course, Tuesday night is the big Arsenal quiz with Kenny Ken, Anthony Herbert, and Kyle Walsh. Kenny, obviously, we won't be doing a podcast Wednesday because you'll be at the match. Yeah, fair. I don't know if you're around Thursday, Kenny, for that, but let me know if you're around.
I'll do it. It's probably going to be because I think next 2 weeks I'm definitely going to be. I'm going to be at Brentford as well. So obviously I could do the preview for Brentford on a Tuesday if that helps.
Yeah, whatever, man, whatever.
Yeah, helps.
We'll sort that out. But yeah,
we'll definitely sort something out. But you know,
Oh.
it's going to be. I'm beginning
Bear with me.
to.
Somebody's at my door.
Oh, so someone's ordering some food, Jess.
Yeah, sounds
So,
like a lamb foal to me.
oh, is it a lamb fowl or McDonald's?
Yeah, I don't think Lee eats McDonald's. I think it's more likely a lamb foal myself, personally.
Hey, it's a meal, isn't it? McDonald's is a snack, which is not a very healthy one as well.
Exactly.
It's a snack, and you know nowadays it doesn't feed. It's I don't know. It depends what you get from McDonald's. I like to go back to the days when McDonald's just had hamburgers rather than everything else.
Yeah, that's the same as that, man. So that's that. If I do occasionally get a McDonald's, it's just basic hamburger. I'm not into Big Macs, cheeseburgers, and all that bollocks. I just
I don't know.
that's ones for me, and not very often, of course. I don't do that, but yeah. So it's all good. It's all good, man. And onwards and upwards to the PSV game. So we'll.
That's a massive game because I think this is where I suppose where you buy these players for massive amounts of money. You make these changes in goal because of the Champions League. You know, we always say it's the league, but at the end of the day, I think in the back of a lot of players' minds and managers, I think the Champions League is the league that players and managers want to test themselves because it's like a mini World Cup for me. You know what I mean? It's like we get the World Cup every 4 years, but the best players in the world are playing in that competition. And I think managers know that basically it's a job for life, really. You're never going to be out of work if you win the Champions League. No. Even if you get sacked, a job, on your CV, Champions League winner, that's just massive for any manager. Mourinho's won 2, Sir Alex won 2, and Lotti and Guardiola will never ever starve because they won the Champions League.
Fact. Yeah, fact. I can't see personally. I mean, I'd love Arsenal to win a Champions League. Well, let's be honest, Kenny, we've been pretty crap all our lives in Europe.
Hold on, let me just check something. Say that.
Well, I'll chat amongst myself. Just saying that I think, I'd love Arsenal to win a Champions League. I've never seen it. I've seen us win cup competitions not many, 2, I think. And a club the size of Arsenal really should do better in the Champions League. Seriously, I just don't think Kenny's back. I just don't think at this point in time, Kenny, we've got the management structure. I don't think we've got the player depth that we will actually go that far. I think we'll get out of the group. I'm confident of that. When we get into the next round, we're up against the big boys, and that's where I think it will cost us because if we keep picking up injuries, Kenny, then we're in big trouble.
You know what, Chis, I'll make you right because I think if you look at the situation with the teams that we're going to be playing against, the group stage is going to be extremely hard in terms of the fact that Sevilla, we should take no notice of their position in the Spanish league.
No.
Because we know when it comes to the Champions League, this is an opportunity for them to, get as far as they can in the competition. And I suppose if they start playing well in Europe, then that their Spanish form will improve. And then PSV, they're gonna be up for it. Lons, they got nothing to lose. I think if we do get in the last 16, we are invariably going to be playing some really good teams. You've got to discount Barcelona because Barcelona was just a team that is in transition and it's a mess. And they are beatable. But Bayern Munich, oh my God, with the players they've re-signed, and then you've obviously got PSG. PSG is just still got Mbappe. And then you look at the AC Milan and Inter Milan. They've like I said, they got to semi-final, one got to final, so they're going to have the experience as well. But a team that really going to be everyone's going to want to avoid is Real Madrid, and that's where we're going to be, like I said, struggling. But again, it's one of those things where it's now or never, because we could do a Spurs and all these teams knock each other out, and then if Spurs can get to a final, I don't see why we can't.
Oh, I totally agree with you. My question is the management. Will Arteta have the actual depth to do this? I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping.
I'll definitely say so far in European Cup competitions, his best is a semi-final. Apart from that, when it gets into the nitty-gritty, the last 16 where better teams have played, he's been out-coached. Got out-coached last season. He got out-coached by Olympiacos, and he got out-coached in the semi-final 3 years ago. So this is a test for him. This is where another learning curve where he's got to pass that test, big time. And he's got the big gig at Arsenal. He has to deliver. He has to learn quickly about these games and these opponents.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, big up to both of you keeping that going while my door was ringing. We're out of here, people. Make sure you sub to Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972, and make sure you sub to me. I'll be back with Saeed at midday UK time on his channel tomorrow, unless I'm cancelled by then. It's what it is.
Well, Lee, the thing with cancel culture is that it's the cruel thing about it is that when people finished patting themselves on the back, they'll go to someone else. They're people who do that, they have no care. I mean, I'm not going to go into it, but there's a man who's had his life ruined to the extent he's had to sell his house in Madrid, and I'll leave it at that.
Yep, we're out of here, people. Adios, amigos. I'm going to watch the Kirantini masterclass. It was 2-0, but the second goal was ruled offside. It is what it is. We're out. Laters.